Well, Foxwell seems to be really kicking butt when it comes to OBD2 automotive scanners. First, they're one of the few that always include a case. I really appreciate that. I'd like them to put their name on here and what this is, so that when I have a stack of 15 cases in my shop, I can tell which one's which. That'd be nice. Just, put your name, Foxwell. Even just Foxwell on there would be enough, because I know Foxwell makes these OBD2 scanners, so make it faster to pick out what it is. So it holds all the parts, and something I very much appreciate, there is room in the bag for the manuals. The other piece of paper is a little too big, but that's okay, because now the USB cable's in the way. I can fold that in half, and that will also fit in there as well. That's important, because these devices can be complicated enough that sometimes you need to reference the manual. So being able to fit the manual in the case is very nice. Your scanner goes here, your 12-volt plugs go here, because that's where this one gets interesting. It's your standard OBD2 cable, non-removable plug. That's okay though. This is a really, it's overmolded with a real good strain relief. There is your OBD2 connector, and what makes this one, you got all your standard scanning functions. Nothing super advanced. You're not going to do SRS or ABS with this, but that's okay. Most people don't need to. But it also has a emissions test, where it tests the electronic emissions just like the state would do on a typical modern car. They don't put a probe in your pipe anymore. They just plug into the computer, because the computer actually has all the sensors necessary to read everything the tailpipe probe would read anyway. But this one goes a little further. So this one comes with this little device that plugs into your OBD2 connection here, and then you connect this to your battery. So this can actually give you some kind of analysis of your car's battery and even tell you what the capacity is. Whoop. Both rated and what it actually measures at. So that powers it up, and you notice you have an extra option on there. Nice color screen, by the way. I'm not fond of the split panel here. I would prefer an up, down, left, right, and move that to the side or something like that. Even though this looks nicer, this is a little harder to use. Very minor nitpick. So if we go to battery, I always want to press the IM, because I always want that to be enter. So again, I'd push that IM off to the side and use a more standard test. So we go to battery test, out of vehicle. This is a lithium iron phosphate battery. So I'm just going to pick something that's close, because I happen to know what the specs are for this battery. We're close to it. And then we hit confirm. So now it tests the battery, and it actually gives you the results. So this one is actually, I told it's 100 cold cranking amps, and it actually measured 99 cold cranking amps. So that was pretty close to the specifications for the battery. It's just to be able to do a basic test. I'm assuming it has a load cell in here where it applies some sort of a load. Otherwise, how is it measuring cold cranking amps? Pretty darn neat. And how would you measure that much? Well, as you apply a load, you'll see a voltage drop, and you can graph that voltage drop, and I'm guessing that's how it does it. Nice unit. This is cool. This is probably going to be the one I keep in my car, just because I can check codes, clear codes, check emissions. Although I don't need that here, and I can also test a battery, which is pretty nice to be able to have handy all in one little package. Keep it up, Foxwell.
Okay.